Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers control the tap. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto. Kawhi Leonard, does he really want to be there? Changing up their coach. What's going on with that franchise? And the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Trying to cash in, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Joel Embiid missed his first. That one goes.
Old school equals high percentage.
Pistons ball here.
I got him. Here we go.
Jackson to Stanley Johnson. It's Embiid with the rebound. Simmons into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Redick. Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. Simmons. And he scores on the step back.
This guy has posted 12 triple-doubles in his first full rookie year. That's his second most by any rookie in NBA history while leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how about this? When's the last time we said the most effective player maybe in the league has a glaring weakness? He was 0 of 11 from the three-point line for the entire year, did not make one three-point shot. And how about free throws? He shot 56% from the free throw line. You know who shot better? Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. But with all that being said, this young man still finds himself in a position to be one of the most dominant players in NBA history.
Simmons. Rebound Drummond. Jackson to Stanley Johnson. Shot from the lane won't go. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that him shoot out in California. This kid could be a star next year.
To Drummond. Knocked loose. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Remaining in the first quarter.
Markelle Fultz to Embiid. From the painted area, won't go down. Ish Smith to Stanley Johnson. No, I missed a short one there.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Ish Smith to Stanley Johnson. Fultz into the front court. 2-point advantage. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Ish Smith to Drummond. Fultz with the basketball. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Markelle Fultz.
100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Here comes the screen. Kennard gets it in the left corner. To Luke Kennard. Has a look. Kennard shot off the mark.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession now.
Number 14, Ish Smith.
Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The 76ers have the lead. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Smith. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Joel Embiid rejects it. It's in the hands of Philadelphia.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
T.J. McConnell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play. And the lead is up to 9. Nothing going here on that drive. Kennard. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Rebound taken down by the Pistons. Ish Smith. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Ish Smith. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
There is no better feeling than after making that shot and trotting back on defense, seeing your opponent stare, point, or yell at each other for miscommunication.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Jackson. Down low for Griffin. And the rebound taken down by Johnson. Sixers have the basketball. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Griffin. Taken by the Sixers. Fultz into the front court. His team on top by 13. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Jackson with it. Looking to make something happen. Reggie Jackson. He's 2 for 2 now.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency, you heard me correctly, a sense of urgency, you will get a great shot every possession.
McConnell. Pass stolen by Detroit. Jackson with it. Down 11. Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Fultz to Simmons. Big finish at the rim. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jackson to Griffin. Sixers control it. Embiid. Goes to the right side. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer, so it stays with Detroit. Griffin. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Simmons to Embiid. Not that time. Jackson with it. His guys currently down by 13. Griffin.
When you open, shoot it.
Taken by the Sixers. And the front court comes Simmons. The advantage is 13 points. J.J. Redick. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
The 76ers were the dominant team in that first half, without question. And they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Pistons may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Field goals.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a terrible job of adjusting to the flow of the game. They're also lacking effort in their execution.
Player of the half.
Simmons stole the ball left and right in that opening half and somehow did it without fouling out. It can be hard at the NBA level to play that kind of opportunistic defense and not get whistled for it.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Pistons have it. That's no good. Another chance. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Simmons with it. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
To Simmons. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
Nothing going here on that drive. Add 2 points to the board.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys up by 15. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. To Griffin. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Pistons retain possession. Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick. Jay, simply put, have we seen Blake Griffin's ceiling?
I think there's a chance that Blake Griffin could potentially be better, but it will be way more difficult when you don't have an elite point guard.
Oh!
And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Redick. Knocked loose. Joel Embiid swats it. Second block in this quarter.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Redick to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's 4 for 8. That's 50%.
Joel Embiid looking to take his game to a completely different level after working out with one of the best trainers in the league this offseason. An all-star for the first time last year, averaging 23 points. Safe to say, no longer trust the process. Joel Embiid is the process.
Simmons brings the ball up court. To Embiid. Pass stolen by Detroit. No good, and no foul.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Jackson with it. 14-point deficit to Griffin. Here comes the screen. Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Every time I hear Blake's name, I think about what could have been. Yeah, Blake, I miss Lob City too.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. One minute left in the third quarter.
Markelle Fultz to Redick. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended. Griffin to Stanley Johnson. Down to Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's now 4 for 6.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Takes stock of the floor. To Fultz. Embiid. Fultz. Pistons clear the board. Inside, he scores. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Time expires. It's the Sixers out in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. McConnell to Redick. Here comes the screen. Redick. Gets it in the left corner. Not that time. Now a steal by Philly.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
It's Detroit's ball. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
McConnell to Redick. Here comes the screen. Redick to McConnell. Curling inside. And count the basket.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Ish Smith to Drummond. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. New blood coming in for both sides. Simmons with it. It's an 8-point lead. To Fultz. To Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Griffin. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. Redick with it. Lead is 12. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Griffin. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Blake Griffin trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 68%. One free throw good, so he converts on the three-point play, and the lead down to 11. Ben Simmons with the rock. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. To Reggie Jackson. Trying to cash in, and he hits.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Number 25, Reggie Bullock.
To Simmons.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Has a look. Oh, it goes down. Yes, it's better to be lucky than good.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Jackson to Griffin. Sixers have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Can't connect from in close. Griffin to Smith. Down low for Griffin. Detroit with 4 to shoot to Griffin. Has a chance. Knocks it down off the step back. Jay, it wasn't long ago, Blake Griffin was among the most unstoppable players in the NBA.
No one's ever questioned Blake Griffin's skill set or his athletic ability. The only question is his durability. He's had 10-plus injuries since the 2014 season.
To Simmons. Gets a look. Can't hit. Griffin. Fires the three, and Blake Griffin good on the quick release for three.
The eyes of the shooter say everything. His eyes pretty much said, "Are you sure you want to give me the ball here?"
Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more. Griffin. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers put together a nice win here today. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Simmons put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.